your local Landmark location today and experience the Landmark difference.
What do you think of when you hear the chocolate season? Artisan chocolates? Of course, they have the best chocolates this side of the Atlantic. Friendly neighborhood coffee shop? Yup, they're that too. A nationally recognized top-tier brunch spot. Waffle weekends, baby. And the place to grab a gift for literally any occasion? Everybody loves chocolate. See for yourself at the Chocolate Season, 40th and Old Cheney, or order ahead online at thechocolateseason.com.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Hey, it's Chad with the Nutrition Authority, inviting you to stop in and check out the all-new Complete Post-Workout Recovery, CPR. CPR is ideal for anyone who works out or competes and wants to maximize results. CPR can only be found at Nutrition Authority. Stop in today and try a free sample or visit us at mynutritionauthority.com.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solution. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
24/7 threat monitoring, expert tech support, streamlined communications. Allo has a solution for that. Protect your business with Allo Business. Comprehensive firewall security, Microsoft Teams voice integrated communications, cybersecurity and IT support managed by experts. From productivity to peace of mind, Allo has a solution for that. Allo means business. Protect your business by visiting allofiber.com/business.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with 4 Lincoln locations, but now 5 Lincoln locations. That's 25% more locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11, located right alongside the 93.7 The Ticket Studios at 1040 O Street.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? Happy hump day. This is Jay Foreman. DP is back in full effect. Austin on the 1s and 2s. We are Old School, brought to you by the Mercado Certified Piedmontese Special Ingredients and Butcher Shop. 2 locations in Lincoln, 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill. We are live in effect at 1040 O Street. We have broken, or at least the temperature outside, I think, got above 32 or freezing. So it's all good in the hood. A lot going on. We got Husker basketball tonight, playing out there at Rutgers, Piscataway, on a sleepy Wednesday. I always say Rutgers always plays Nebraska on like a sleepy Tuesday, Wednesday. You know what I mean? And then I also got NFL playoffs where you're doing a little bit of pick'em DP of guessing where where guys will end up coaching. So obviously Commanders and all these other. We're going to try to see if we can get them right, which never seems to happen because
I'll write them down too. I'll keep track.
Yeah, and it's going to be. I mean, obviously, I think the domino. It either starts from the top, in my opinion, and the dominoes start to trickle down, or it starts at the bottom and it trickles up. And what I mean by that is the top, candidate. Obviously, the candidates is either Bill Belichick, Jim Harbaugh, right? That kind of gets the wheels going. It could very easily start at the bottom where you'll get Callahan or Johnson. Say they end up going to Carolina, and then that gets the ball rolling.
Why not Pete Carroll?
Pete Carroll said he's not coaching.
Well, they all say that until the next best offer.
Well, sure, yeah, Pete Carroll for sure. I mean, he'd be one of the top. He'd be a part of the top going down. And I'm sure Pete Carroll might move out of the advisory role, depending on who ends up being the head coach. It was somebody that wants Pete Carroll gone, X, Y, and Z. But as of right now, we'll just take him as his word. But top or bottom, how it goes, generally we'll get it going. It's always funny just how, like, where you see the reports that, Jim Harbaugh, we'll talk about Harbaugh, right? He has the offer on the table for Michigan, and Michigan has kept it there for I don't know how long on his desk. And he's done either virtual or in-person interviews with 2 NFL teams. It was leaked that one of the sticking points for him going back to Michigan, and it's probably a negotiating ploy, was if there's any more sanctions moving forward, his name is Bennett and he ain't in it. So what he wants to do is make sure that he doesn't get suspended or missing any games. Obviously, he missed a half a year's paycheck and so forth and so on. So he wants to make sure anything that's happened before, that he wants to get the old Michigan, sweep it under the rug, and everybody else is held accountable but himself. So, it's really interesting if you look at Michigan, yes, for a team that won a national championship, you probably got the least amount of fanfare. And then you have to start asking yourself, okay, when is enough?
Well, I mean, the sad part of this is that they didn't determine that already. They didn't have a standard.
Well, I think right now where the guy that you essentially sold your soul for in a lot of ways, and you had the best team, arguably from the start to finish.
Well, that makes it worse to me.
That's what I was just about to. You didn't have to, but just take that to the side. Neither did the Patriots, right? But they did. But
right.
And so you have to look at it like, okay, well, if we went that far with him, lock and step, hand in hand, why is he not wanting to come back here? I think he'd be the highest paid coach in college football, $12.5 million a year. I'm sure there's others incentives in there. I'm sure Jim Harbaugh is going to make sure he's, do that. But I think also Jim Harbaugh every year likes the flirting or whatever with the NFL. So at what point in Michigan you just say, all right, man, holla.
Well, when you have no standard, this happens. Like this is you're watching both in college and pro sports. You're watching organizations and universities make public statements about who they really are. Not only when you're watching, but when you're not watching, because that's what shows up, right?
Right.
Right? Like you think, oh, nobody's like, we're smarter. We're the smartest people on the planet.
Right.
So whatever we say goes. And in this climate, what is relative to who said it and what you felt like when you said it.
Right.
Like, we're the best. Well, okay.
Yeah.
So then the fan base gets to decide whether they want to support it. The media gets to decide whether they want to challenge the standard or not. And then here's the part that boggles my mind. What is the Big Ten doing? What is the Big Ten saying? What is the Big Ten saying to everybody not Michigan? What are you saying to Oregon and USC, who through their immediate history and their long legacy, that they are willing to put resources to cutting corners and just winning, baby? Right? We know. Right. What are you saying to Ohio State? Because Ohio State said, oh, this is what we're doing. You're turning the Big Ten into the wild, wild west. Yeah. And there will be victims, and there will be, if you're Northwestern, oh, we got a story.
Yeah.
Right? We can go up and down Michigan State. Oh, we got stories.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
They're just following along. When Urban Meyer came in, it just changed the landscape of the Big Ten.
Yeah, and then the NCAA, right?
His dirty laundry with him.
So, the NCAA is the Undertaker in the window watching the bodies roll by and making money all along, right? You know those old westerns where you see the Undertaker just standing in the window, shaking his head and softly smiling that subtly he should be saddened, but he realizes I'm going to the bank. So that's somebody else's sorrow. I don't really have to worry about it. So I don't know. Jay, I'm looking for a hero. I'm looking for a hero.
This isn't new to the NCAA though.
But I'm looking for a hero. I'm looking for somebody to say, you know what? Here's the right way to do this. And that we're going to be here for all the things we said, which was we're here for to represent the university. We're here to represent higher education. We're here to raise really good people into great humans. We're here to fairly compete on the field, right? We're literally like, we want the challenge of just putting your hand in the dirt or on the court or on the diamond and being better than the person across from you, simply because you've outworked them, not because you have more money, not because you're willing to shortcut, not because you went and bought the best talent.
But that's out the door though. Once you turn the kids into professional athletes, so I mean, it's is that what really, like, to me, again, the problem? I mean, you're getting
who allowed that?
I don't know. I mean, well, the NIL started with the Supreme Court ruling.
All this stuff was going on long before NIL and transfer portal. So nobody can tell me,
but they're not getting paid at the rate like this, though. They weren't getting paid like that. So once you get paid, the problem is when you get paid as a professional, whether how much of the pay grade is, you got kids that don't want the responsibility. They want to get paid, they don't want the responsibility of it. You got guys getting paid as a coaches, they might not want the whole responsibility of it.
Where do kids learn that? Where do you learn that?
That's fine, but
where do they learn it?
But then at what point in time,
your coach is literally giving you the example right in front of all the people we're talking about.
But that has nothing to do with it. Because it's set up by the system at NIL. We can't pay you, so we can't put any obligations on you.
What student makes the rules? At any university.
I'm not saying it makes this.
What student made the system?
But that's not the point, though. That's not the point.
Student body president, of course.
That's not the point. That's not the point of the conversation. It doesn't matter for who makes the rules. It's how you dictate, how you operate within the rules. Just because the rules are one way doesn't mean you make excuses not to have obligations. That's just,
there's no standard in place. That's the overriding thing for all of this is that.
What standard could there be though?
You could simply.
There's people in corporate America that gets a job, they get another job, they go take more money. You can't be mad at that. That's business.
I'm not.
So that's the standard of doing it. You got kids that come here and leave because they can get more NIL money. You got coaches that do it. That's just part of the deal right now. It's just
that's part of the deal.
Right.
But you could literally, the powers that be, whoever creates the rules for engagement, right, could simply say today, there's a new standard in place.
Okay.
And if you're going, so if I'm commissioner, coaches, remember the old set out rule? Remember the rule of, hey, you don't play when you're a freshman, or if you transfer, you got to sit out a year, or what if you did that to the adults in play, to the coaches in play as well? So imagine how convenient it would have been to keep coaches to a contract. If you commit to a contract, you honor the contract. How about that? How about all of it? Because then you could say to the player, listen, if you commit and take money from Nebraska, one, you're going to commit plus 1 year to Nebraska.
Okay.
That removes a whole lot. Second of all, listen, no NIL deals until you're of age. Now, if you're going to prep school and you graduated 18, you're in business. Okay, cool. Right? You allow the high schools and the states, everybody wants states' rates. Allow the states to figure out what they're going to do with their players. And people will move to that state because they think their child can make money. That's a whole other conversation. But if you set basic rules for how the adults in the room, the athletic directors, the presidents of the university, the chancellors, that they're all, this is why the university had vested employees, because it made people commit to the thing that you're doing and the place you're doing it rather than the money tied to it. But they don't want to do that. They won't do that because you want ownership. You don't want to do right with it.
Right, but if you got a kid that you're gonna sit there, we're gonna pay you. You know what happens when you don't perform? You get cut.
Okay.
Period.
Okay.
And that would be a whole nother.
But then you're breaking the contract with the.
Hold on.
Then you're breaking the contract.
I ain't breaking nothing. If you ain't performing, you got to get up out of here.
No. That's not the rule.
Right.
If the standard is you want people to be committed to the thing that they're doing and the place that they're doing it,
right?
Then all sides of the vacuum have to be committed to it. That means to say, listen, if Lil Johnny,
then I will cut you after 2 years. Then
that's fine. Hey Jay,
that's fine.
How much better is that than what we have currently? It's a lot better. It's a lot better. What's the
But who's to say what we have currently isn't that bad? Is it bad?
It's what we're choosing. It's what the smartest people in America have chosen.
Right, but then you got people that say it's been long overdue. I can guarantee you, Tommy Frazier would say he didn't make no money off them 15.
And Tommy was right. Tommy's right.
So it'd be
somebody got rich
right
off
now.
of it. Why wouldn't Tommy get rich off?
Right.
Why wouldn't Jay Foreman get rich off of it?
Right. So I mean, at this point, that's just the way college football is.
And you committed to Nebraska. You could have left Nebraska,
but things would have been different if you had the transfer portal and you could leave after a year and you were getting compensated. Everybody would have been different. Now, I most likely probably wouldn't because we were winning so much and we would have been taken care of. But at the end of the day, this is the way football is. If coaches don't want to coach in it because of the transfer portal, well, then tough.
So, that's a lot of money to say. Listen. I have my standard, and I'm cool with that too.
And you can leave the coaching profession when you've already made a ton of money.
If you've honored your contract, the thing that you signed to say, legally binding, I'm going to coach here for the next 2 years for said number of dollars.
Right.
Then do that. That is the simplest, most American thing possible.
No, it's not, because if a bank, if you started that bank over there, and in 1 year you grew it by like 200x, and the bank down the street said, "I'm gonna pay you 4 times," so you're gonna just stay there just because and they can't pay you? You gotta go take your. You gotta take care of yourself.
There's a whole nation of people. There's a whole state of people who they've worked for the same company because they loved what they do and who they did it with.
Right.
The mission and purpose was bigger than the money.
There's not a whole state of people that are getting paid 4 times what they were getting paid at that place.
I'm going to say this. A network called me 2 months ago and said, "Listen, DP, here's the number. Matter of fact, you set your number and come do for us what you're doing in Nebraska."
Right.
And they put that number on a piece of paper. And you know what? If that's what it was all about.
But it might not be all about that, though. If you go take another job, it doesn't necessarily mean it's about money. Yeah, you're getting compensated for it. You might be in a whole nother state.
You just said that the students weren't making that decision. You can't want that for them and take away the right to it at the same time.
I don't want anything from them. I don't care what they do. All I'm saying is that they have it better than they say they do.
Yeah.
You are getting NIL money without any obligations. That's in performance and obligations to said company.
Well,
stop complaining. Now, if you're there and I get paid another, because I can give you an example. My brother's a doctor, right? He was in Kingman, Arizona. That's in the middle of nowhere. That's actually matter of fact where they did Route 66.
Yeah.
He was up for a new job.
Yeah.
He had built the hospital up to where he wanted.
Yeah.
He asked for 1.5 times, or just essentially a half, it's called like 1.5 what he was making. The dude said no. Okay. He's now in Knoxville, right? Getting paid 3 times. That's not anybody else's fault. That's the dude's fault. That's just the way that's the way it goes.
But what, again, all of those are things that make sense. That he took an offer from them. They knew his value. They know his value in Arizona. They know his value. They can choose not to pay it and lose out on the talent that is.
Right.
Your brother, his value was built up before he got to Arizona, and then while he was at Arizona.
Yeah.
He gets more money in Knoxville because of what he did. They would not pay him more if he did less in Arizona and before he got to Arizona.
Depends on how desperate they are.
Well, desperation is how a whole lot of bad football teams and organizations get built. Right? Like, that's how bad decisions are made.
Yeah.
We're saying make sound decisions, logical decisions, based on really good standard. I'll leave ethic out of it. I'll leave character out of it.
Right.
I'll say simply follow the legal rule and then have a standard that says, I'm going to treat you the same way I'm going to ask that you treat me, which is that you give me I'm going to pay you a value. We'll agree on what the value is.
Right.
We're going to determine how long this works. And then the moment it doesn't work for you or me, if it's outside of the contract, right, we can re-up year to year, because every coaching contract I've ever had was year to year. And you know why I did so well? Because I couldn't have it next year if I don't do my job. If I don't win 78% of my wins, you know why I won 78% of the games? Because that was the only way I was going to have a job next year. Like, I do the job. I think that Jay Foreman works at such a high level, and all of the work you put in as a high school athlete, right? All the sweat, and then you developing from the time you were a freshman to your junior year.
Right.
You got paid by the NFL because of the work you did before them. And they didn't promise you anything other than the length of the next contract they gave you. And you knew that. Right. So you work from that. Not everybody does. And you're right. You would like for every athlete to work at the level and the mindset that Jay Foreman does.
Right. But if I would, I mean, if you're able to stay in college and make there's guys making more in college than they would make in the pros. So, I mean, it's like, at the end of the day, I don't really feel sorry for them.
Oh, I don't
really feel like they're getting the short end of the stick. I mean, 4 years ago, you weren't getting a plum nickel. You would have to go out and actually work. These dudes up there just riding around in more expensive cars than people out here putting 80-hour weeks in. And you playing a game of football on top of scholarship.
Somebody gave them the car.
That's not the point, though. We're talking about what they're getting. It's not about what they're getting it because people are obligated to give it because that's the way they get there. They have more power than they're actually being, like, appreciative of. So there'll be, granted, but you ain't going to tell a coach if he goes and gets a coaching opportunity of his lifetime that he ain't going to leave. You're going to just, that's not going to happen.
I don't have a problem with that.
Right. And I don't have a problem with kids transferring. The problem is you guys don't play good. That's my problem. You don't play good. And then everybody else wants to blame the coach, and a lot of times it's on the players. You're out there playing. You know the plays. If it's cover 3, go on cover 3. Do come in the flat, take him. If not, get up the seam. That's all there is to it. It ain't the coach's fault you don't know how to play football or basketball or any other sport.
But it is. It's in the job description.
No, it ain't.
It's in the name.
No, it ain't.
You got to coach.
The coach is setting you up for success. How you apply that is your responsibility. Because if a coach is going over stuff with me and I choose not to know the playbook, that ain't his fault. That's the Jay Foreman fault.
Tell me how many times Jay Foreman just ran on the field without the coach setting him up and saying, you know what, here's the depth chart. Right. Jay Foreman, you've earned at practice and at workouts, all season workouts, and then you have to double it down in the game. And if you can't perform on the game, it's not Austin's fault. I'm going to put Austin in the game. I'm going to start giving Jay money.
And then Austin's going to get run over. You have to tail him off the turn. And then put Jay right back in the game.
Jay going to look at me sideways like, yeah, I'm still your best option, too.
If you look at the Philadelphia Eagles, that ain't on coaching. That's on them. Come on, man. You're a professional athlete, dude. You letting these dudes run up and down the field. You letting Trey Palmer run around like Jerry Rice. That's on the players.
Get paid for? What do coaches get paid for? What is their accountability?
But DP, hold on. They're professionals, man. I mean, how much we have to get past blaming the coaches for grown men not performing. What they put out there on Monday is 100% specifically on them. You want to know why they do it? Because they feel like they're entitled to their money. That's their problem. That's entitlement out there. They have no pride in what they're doing, how they're going about it. They're not even professionals. Because I can guarantee you, if they were out there, take the coaches out of it. If they were just out there playing football and they love football, there is no way in the world they would do that. If they were in the Super Bowl last year, no way in the world they would do that. That is not the coach's fault. Now, could the coach do better? Some schemes? But let me tell you something. Trey Palmer catches an 8-yard hitch and ran through 4 dudes. He ain't even that good. And I'm not even hating on Trey. And I'm not even hating on Trey Palmer. There is no way in the world.
Those text and emails to @J450.
There is no way in the world Trey Palmer does this in a playoff game better than I saw Jerry Rice, the greatest of all time, do. No way. That's a want to thing. That's not on any defensive coordinator. And I'm not even a Matt Patricia fan. Okay, because Matt Patricia got mad at a dude for going to his personal trainer, and after that, I knew you didn't know what you were talking about. It's not even his fault. You know whose fault it is? That's on Darius Slay. It's on number 32. It's on 24 because he ran right through you guys. And you know who else is on? The other dude that was jogging up the sideline. That's a personal choice on his fault. No ifs and what's about it.
Can I ask what Brian Johnson gets paid for?
He calling the plays.
That's literally it.
But so you think this is like a video game? So you're a coach. This is your idea, coach. I coach you, and then all of a sudden I'm going to control you like a robot, and you got to do it. That's a video game.
No, we all know that you can coach to perfection.
Right.
And it still goes left.
Sure.
It still goes left. What you're doing is to say that my value is what I teach and how I teach it is at such a high level that it shows up on game day. That's the part, like in the numbers, that if I win 78% of my games, I'm showing that whatever I'm doing Monday through Thursday shows up on Friday.
Okay, so when Brian Johnson was the offensive coordinator and they were 10-1, it was the players that they were doing it. So then he was 10-1.
He got a raise.
Hold on, no, got a raise. Hold on, nobody got a raise. He was a first-year offensive coordinator. He was calling the plays at 10-1.
Yes.
Something changed.
Yes.
Okay. It looked like a lack of effort. It looked like a lack of attention to detail. It looked like, well, first of all, effort, you losing right there. There's 53 guys on the roster. You don't have 100 guys that you could say, I could be third on the depth chart or whatever. Those are guys that are getting paid actually 4, 5, 6, and sometimes 10 times more than Brian Johnson.
But did you see the conversation about Brian Johnson? What are you calling here? What are you trying to do? What position are you putting them in? Again, if you've got the best athletes in the country, right? These are the best athletes in the country, in the world. If you have your fair share of the best athletes in the world, you should be able to get them to throw and complete 5-yard route combinations consistently. Fair? Is that a fair? Like, we're going to pay you millions to take one of the 5 best receivers in the country, one of the 5 best quarterbacks in the country, with a legendary offensive lineman, all sorts of talent, and that you can't produce points and wins, then you don't get to say, I know what I'm doing.
But he won. He was just 10-1.
That was the job finished. You did really well in a marathon for the first 23 miles. You crapped the bed, got cramps, and got diarrhea in the last 3. It's not the same. You got to finish.
So let me get this straight. In a winner take all game, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers beat the Carolina Panthers 9-0. 9, 3 field goals. They come and play the next week and score like 34 points. That ain't got nothing to do with offense. They ain't nothing got to do with offense. Because you cannot tell me that the Carolina Panthers are more talented and better coached than the Philadelphia Carolina Panthers are in U-Haul. Because when they didn't even drive their Bentleys or anything like. You want to know how I know? Yeah. I've been in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I pulled up to the stadium when we're 3-12 or whatever, and it's the last game. Listen here, I got dropped off. You want to know why I got dropped off? My truck was already in Chicago, headed back to Minneapolis. I either had a U-Haul or I was leaving from there to the airport. That's what Carolina was doing. So the fact that a week later on a short week that they're able to play Philadelphia and score 30 points when Philly knew this is time and they put that effort out there, that's the same reason all them dudes are about to be gone.
Who's in charge?
Nick Sirianni. And he on the hot seat. That's what dude. The same. That's the same
Those
reason. Those
coaches pick the game plan. They pick the schemes. They pick the players they're going to play. They pick the way they were going to prepare for it. They picked the film study they were going to use. They picked time. They picked the nourishment. They picked everything. The healing, the training. They picked everything.
But you just can't. We have got to get past. Anytime a team plays bad, blaming it on the coach.
Well, I'm not saying that.
I'm not saying that. But you're going to Nick Sirianni. Yes, dude. Is he the best coach? No, but he was good enough to get him to the Super Bowl last year. So he must be doing something right. So he's the different. He is Nick Sirianni last year, Super Bowl runner-up coach, and the dude that dookie down his leg in the first week of the wild.
You know what he is?
He's right in between.
He's every version that he put on display. He's
sure.
He's the 10-1 version. He's the 10-7 version. He's the Super Bowl version. He's the college version.
Right. And you put them all, you add up all them numbers and just take the averages.
Yeah.
But guess what they didn't have last year? They didn't have what they did against Tampa. I can guarantee you.
100%.
Okay, then. That's a player's choice. That's the same team they had last year. Them dudes made a choice. Is the coach the best? No. Is the defensive coordinator is coaching somewhere else in Arizona. Same with the offensive coordinator. So there is transition time. That is 100% factual. But what isn't going to change is them dudes out there playing.
True.
Them dudes, that got nothing to do with coaching.
And let's be clear. And so text line, you guys will understand what I mean here. That sometimes I poke Jay to get to a deeper conversation about why things are the way they are.
I mean, we'll be on here for 5 hours.
Oh, no.
You want to know where this starts? You want to know where that starts in Philly? I'll get on the soapbox.
Yeah.
Austin, I promise I'll get back on it. You know where this starts?
Yeah.
This starts with the lack of coaching in youth football. Because here's what it is.
Get them.
Because what it is, it starts at a very young age.
Starts
right?
And actually, I'll give you one more step before that.
I know it starts at the house, but
there you go.
Dynamics of the house have changed, so I'm not going to get in there. I'm not going to. It starts, but also some of your most influential, the most influence that you could have early on is on basketball court, football court.
Mm-hmm.
It starts there. Mm-hmm. So it's a lack of fundamentals, lack of coaching. Then you go and just kind of depends where you're at, and that's why a kid. You could take the same kid in Iowa and then put him in Texas. Same kid. He'll be a 3-star in Iowa and he'll be a 4-star going on 5 in Texas. So then you get to high school, lack of coaching. Because most of the time, even if you're on one of these teams, there's 4 or 5 guys that are so more talented than ever. Then you go to college. You end up, okay, you do stuff in college, but you don't have fundamentals for 90% of your football career. Then you get out there. And then now you're faced with challenges. You don't know how to face adversity because you've never really had to grind for it.
Yeah.
I mean, you got dudes out here in the NFL willing to miss games so they can smoke weed.
Yeah.
No, trust me.
Yeah.
I understand it. But there is the obligation to the sport and to your teammates is gone. In a lot of places. In a lot of ways.
And I agree with that.
That's the problem.
I agree that through all of us. And again,
because if Bradbury was playing, okay, and he was making instead of if he was just out there really, really playing for everybody else, he wouldn't be able to go in the locker room. You wouldn't be able to look Jason Kelce if he really here. I'll just say this: Jason Kelce is going to go to the Hall of Fame eventually, right? One of the better centers, especially of our era, later era. You can Dwight Stevenson, all that stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so if you really cared about your teammates. Right? Would you go out there and play like that? If you really cared about that man, like he probably cares about you, would you go out there and play like that?
That is 100% the right question.
The answer would be no. If you really cared about it.
Here's the thing. Through all of the standards of character and integrity and work and ethic and all that stuff, if all of those things exist, you don't have the problems that you're having.
Yeah, Philly don't.
The selfishness shows up. And it shows up in coaches who leave. It shows up in coordinators who aren't prepared. Right. It shows up in players who haven't put in the work. And then it shows up in fans who disconnect from it because, well, if you don't care, I don't care. And I think everybody along the way, whether it's college and the transfer portal and NIL, it could be fixed by simply everybody agreeing to what the thing is.
It could be better, sure.
Right? Is this football? Is this business? Because if we're doing business, we can't tell 10,000 athletes how to do business.
Right, but at the end of the day, that business stops when I pull up to the football field because my job is to knock your head off. And that's business, that's pleasure, and that's football.
My biggest ability is availability, right? And the product you put on the field is the most valuable thing you have. Then do that. We can rattle off 30 Husker athletes.
Right.
Who got a lot of hype and got a lot of fortune and prizes and didn't put in the work for production.
Yeah.
But guess what? They gone. They gone because you know what happened?
They'll be back like hemorrhoids.
Because they ran down, they showed up at practice and got tired of getting their head knocked off. See, at some point you got push come to push.
Yeah.
And what Cat Williams say? At that point, it comes down to when you put your hand in the dirt, you're standing across the line. So what's it going to be, boy?
Like that,
what is it going to be, boy?
Yeah.
What's it going to be, boy? Like, you might be more
you was gonna come
talented
with
than
the P. Diddy
No,
quote.
I wasn't. No, buddy. No, I don't need that FCC fine. I'm not writing that check.
We have to go in the green room to the podcast anyway.
Right.
We're going to take a break. Jay Foreman, DP. We'll be the green. Hey, turn that into a podcast. No, leave P. Diddy alone, man. Anyways, we're going to break.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Make the 2024 deer season your best yet. Come to the Nebraska Deer and Game Expo Friday, January 19th through Sunday, January 21st. Check out the hunting seminars, browse the hunting and outdoor exhibits, sign up for the Dylan Blind giveaway, compete in the Big Buck and Monster Shed contest, and try the 3D shoot and more. Buy your tickets at the door. The Nebraska Deer and Game Expo, January 19th through 21st at the Sand Hills Global Event Center in Lincoln. 84th and Havelock, presented by Whitetail Properties Real Estate.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. This week, there's a sale for ticket listeners only. If you say Go Big Red, you'll get all natural pork loin back ribs for just $1.99 per pound with a limit of 2 racks. That's at Fairway Meat Market for the ticket listener sale, now through January 21st in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. And we'd like to say thank you for a record-setting 2023. So let's start off 2024 with the bang. They've got huge trade-in bonuses and finance bonusing happening right now on our new inventory at Koppel. Get up to $8,500 off select new models at Koppel. So if you're shopping for a new GM product, go to our website at koppelcars.com. You won't believe the discounts. Make that short money-saving drive down 144th Street. You'll be glad you did. Must have trade and finance with roof credit. Stock number G207684.
Healing the heart takes heart. Our dedicated team of cardiac experts is here for you with breakthrough treatments for serious conditions and expert advice for living longer with a healthier heart. We bring healing care to our community with over 90 cardiology specialists and subspecialists and more than 50 locations across Nebraska, Southwest Iowa, and Northern Kansas. Find out how we heal hearts with heart, starting with yours at chihealth.com/heart.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
If you're looking for a pre-owned tractor to upgrade your operation, you'll find a wide selection at your local Landmark Implement. We'll work with you to find the right equipment for your needs at a price that's right for you, all backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network. During the month of January, choose from an 8-month interest waiver or a 3.9% fixed rate for up to 60 months on used 6, 7, 8, or 9 series tractors with approved credit. Visit landmarkimp.com to see our complete inventory or stop by your local Landmark location today and experience the Landmark difference.
Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Service Ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
Introducing The Outlet by Sartor Heyman. The Outlet brings you luxurious Sartor Heyman quality jewelry at unbeatable prices. Shop our expansive inventory of overstocked merchandise and a vast estate collection that just hasn't found its home yet. This is your chance to own stunning designer jewelry at a fraction of the cost. Elevate your style at The Outlet by Sartor Heyman, where luxury and affordability meet. Downtown at 12th and O or online at sartorheyman.com.
I see the future in our public school classrooms every day. I'm Jenny Benson, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. I also see how critically important parent and community support is to our students' success. Support your public schools. Get involved. Form a business school partnership. or become a school volunteer. Great schools and great communities work hand in hand.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? We're back. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin, Hump Day. We got to give it up to the man right there. Hopefully he's listening to us. He did the ultimate move, put the car in park on the ice, and got his rearview mirror on the passenger side fixed. But we got a short segment so we can get back on track. I want to ask you guys, between Harbaugh, we'll throw Pete Carroll in there because I think Pete Carroll will be a guy that you can reel out of retirement based on who Seattle hires, and he might be somebody that gets a job because there's a late firing, right? Who moves first, Harbaugh or Belichick? And I guess you could throw Pete Carroll's going to be late, but if you think Pete Carroll's going to go before them, which one do you think?
Who's going to get more money? Who's going to get more money, Belichick or Harbaugh? Right, because I think that's the thing, right? Because big bang take a little bang.
Yeah.
So
I mean, they're both going to get paid.
Whoever's willing to write the big check, no matter what it is. And I hate to tell people, but if Washington decide to throw magic money at Belichick, guess what? That's the most attractive, appealing thing. He knows.
Well, they just got a new GM,
right?
By the way, from San Francisco. So you got to go back and look. And I think he does have some Patriot background. I think he does. I think.
And I don't know why Carolina wouldn't just throw.
Yeah, because Dave Tepper ain't firing him.
Right? Like,
he 3 for 3. That dude fired people more quicker than right? Does he have a?
He was a Patriots scout from 2003 to 2008.
There you go.
Who's more inclined? What owner is more inclined to deal with the power play that would take place with Bill Belichick? Who's already familiar and knows the game?
I think
Jerry. Jerry knows how to play. Jerry knows what concessions to make. Especially in advance. If I need a if I have talent and money, which Dallas has, they have talent and they have a ton of money. And I have a short window with this quarterback and this talent to win now. There's nobody else I want but Belichick.
Yeah.
For 3 years?
Yeah. And Jerry said he's getting older.
Look, this is Andy Reid leaving Philly. We said the same things. Oh, he's done. He's done a full run. We said this about Joe Gibbs. We said it about Jay Gruden. John Gruden. We know that the league is built for people to move around and get theirs, right? Bill Walsh went, let me go on down here and get this money. Seifert, let me go on down here and get this money. If I'm Jerry, I empty the bank because whatever money he spends on Bill Belichick and whatever concessions he makes, remember, Jerry's not young either.
Right, that's what I was saying.
So he don't want to have to micromanage everything. There's stuff that when Belichick walks in, he got another grown-up in the room. Like Belichick will fix a whole lot of the stuff that ails Dallas, but that nonsense, and you gonna give him some dudes? Look, everybody be afraid of Dallas. Everybody be afraid of Dallas because
I think Harbaugh, I think he's the dude, as great a coach as he is, good a coach, whatever you want. I think he can't make a decision. I'm seriously. I think he feels comfort at Michigan. I think he's scared of the NFL.
He's one of those dudes that likes to be recruited.
Yes, but I think he's scared to make that jump back to the NFL. Because college is comfort. He knows right now he won a national championship. No matter what happens in the next 5 years, he ain't leaving Michigan.
Yeah.
Right? So let's see, 50, that's how many? 5 times 12, what?
60 mil.
There you go. That's that education. Now let's play.
Look at Austin go. Look at Austin go. His mom is so proud right now.
He just got it. I'm up there just trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing 5 times 1 carry. Yeah, man. Come on, Austin. You're 5 times 1 carry to 1. But anyways, yeah. I think Belichick moves quicker between the two, but I don't think Belichick moves quick. I think Belichick is how he does. He's going to take a full canvas and try to get his ducks in a row before he makes. I'd be very surprised.
I think he knew before the Patriots deal was done. I think he knew what his next move was. He's literally now he's just listening, but he knew what he was going to do unless somebody came and just blew him away with the best situation that he never thought of. But what things does Belichick and the NFL not consider?
Look, there go the Carolina Panthers cars right
Look
there.
At them, all of them.
They all headed back home.
All of them.
Stopping for gas in Lincoln.
All of them. And all of them devalued. all of them.
Right.
All of them have
snow-ridden and rusty by the time you get to California.
They have all depreciated just in their time in Carolina.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know what's crazy is that Belichick and New England, they had signed an extension before this year to give him more money. People thought like, oh, he's not going anywhere. What that was, it was Robert Kraft giving you like your golden parachute package. Thank you for your service. We're going somewhere else unless it goes well.
Yeah. Whatever.
I think Belichick signs first. It's got to be because Harbaugh.
Well, you listen. There's still enough moxie and charisma in Bill Belichick to want to dictate to Harbaugh what he gets. Like he's not going to let Harbaugh take the job that he wants, whatever that job is.
And see, I wonder if here's what I also wonder. I wonder if NFL coaches and brass really respect Harbaugh truly as a pro coach, and I think he knows that.
Oh,
I think Harbaugh deep down knows. I'm a college coach. I had success in the pros, right? I mean, he did. How I left San Francisco was not the best situation. Time has passed, and I think he's scared. I think, and I don't want to say scared. I think he's awful apprehensive for a guy that could, like, you have San Diego connections.
I think it's San Diego. I think it's the Chargers for me. I just do.
But then I would say, well, what's taking you so long to make the decision?
Atlanta whispered sweet nothings and threw chocolate on the pillows.
Right.
And you at least look.
Listen, but
right. But then you
look. Dylan Ritter.
She can't cook, so
Justin Herbert.
I need to go.
Right. Now the problem with San Diego is salary cap.
Well,
and
there's enough talent in San Diego,
right? But not as but you're gonna have to make a decision on Derwin James, Khalil Mack, Bosa.
Keep them.
Hold on. These are all the guys that you're going to affect. And then Williams.
Keep them.
And then Keenan Allen.
Keep them.
That's a lot of, and then also Austin Eckler. That's what the only maybe holdup is. But if you're really trying to go to the pros, you should be thinking about, I'm going to coach in the pros for the next 8 years.
I think Harbaugh thinks in 4 years, 4-year blocks, because that's
sure.
That's
I hope so.
Right.
Yeah.
That if he gets in and you can convince the family to hold the luxury tax for 2 years, the value in San Diego of them getting to the Super Bowl covers all of that. The same thing in Atlanta, that if they can if they get to an NFC championship game in Atlanta or an AFC championship game in San Diego or an NFC championship game in DC, the value of that bounces, right?
Yeah.
It so bounces the value of all of this, and it's worthwhile. The only time it hurts is if it doesn't work.
Was that the same question he had at Michigan?
Well, that's literally what happened. Was listen, to all costs. Remember, he was on the line. He was on the cliff. And it's if you don't figure out how to get over the hump, it's not worth more than we're giving you, and you don't have more value. He made the decision based on the value it had to him. Like he understood, I can go get NFL money and not deal with parents and boosters if I win this chip. That's what moves him. Every college coach will tell you that's why they want to win the chip, is so they can get bigger chips.
Yeah. I just wonder what the apprehension is. So anyways, Jay Foreman, DP, Austin, we're going to take a quick break, try to get back on schedule. Old School will be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, and we'd like to say thank you for a record-setting 2023. So let's start off 2024 with the bang. They've got huge trade-in bonuses and finance bonusing happening right now on our new inventory at Coppell. Get up to $8,500 off select new models at Coppell. So if you're shopping for a new GM product, go to our website at coppellcars.com. You won't believe the discounts. Make that short money-saving drive down 144th Street. You'll be glad you did. Must have trade and finance with roof credit. Stock number G207684.
It's Pro Time Nebraska. The Omaha Supernovas, your Major League Volleyball team, is playing in the first ever Pro Volleyball Federation match on January 24th against the Atlanta Vibe at the CHI Health Center. Be a part of history and visit supernovas.com to secure your single match tickets today.
24/7 threat monitoring, expert tech support, streamlined communications. Allo has a solution for that. Protect your business with Allo Business. Comprehensive firewall security, Microsoft Teams voice-integrated communications, cybersecurity and IT support managed by experts. From productivity to peace of mind, Allo has a solution for that. Allo means business. Protect your business by visiting allofiber.com/business.
Make the 2024 deer season your best yet. Come to the Nebraska Deer and Game Expo Friday, January 19th through Sunday, January 21st. Check out the hunting seminars, browse the hunting and outdoor exhibits, sign up for the Dylan Blind giveaway, compete in the Big Bucket Monster Shed contest, and try the 3D shoot and more. Buy your tickets at the door. The Nebraska Deer and Game Expo, January 19th through 21st at the Sand Hills Global Event Center in Lincoln, 84th and Havelock, presented by Whitetail Properties Real Estate.
If you're looking for a pre-owned tractor to upgrade your operation, you'll find a wide selection at your local Landmark Implement. We'll work with you to find the right equipment for your needs at a price that's right for you, all backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network. During the month of January, choose from an 8-month interest waiver or a 3.9% fixed rate for up to 60 months on used 6, 7, 8, or 9 series tractors with approved credit. Visit landmarkimp.com to see our complete inventory or stop by your local Landmark location today and experience the Landmark difference.
Introducing The Outlet by Sartor Heyman. The Outlet brings you luxurious Sartor Heyman quality jewelry at unbeatable prices. Shop our expansive inventory of overstocked merchandise and a vast estate collection that just hasn't found its home yet. This is your chance to own stunning designer jewelry at a fraction of the cost. Elevate your style at The Outlet by Sartor Heyman, where luxury and affordability meet. Downtown at 12th and O or online at sartorheyman.com.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices. Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? We're back. Jay Foreman, DP Austin. Real quick, 1 minute segment. Then we'll get back at the top of the hour. Want to ask you guys, yes or no? Do the Lakers make the playoffs? Or no, I want to ask you this. Do the Lakers make a huge trade? Or a big trade? A trade.
Yes,
Siakam
yes,
just
and yes. Yes, and yes.
Siakam just went to that was
Indy.
the guy, Indy. That was one of the guys.
Playoffs or play in?
Ooh, that's a good one, Austin.
They'll make the play in. I don't know if they make the playoffs.
It's all the same.
Just like a Duke guy. Just to put it.
Yeah. But you said yes or no.
Yes
You
or
said
no.
yes or no.
Just say yes or no, man.
Yeah.
Yes or no. Don't put all the other stuff in there. We're thinking too hard right now.
No playoffs. Yes, trade.
Yes to both.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I think they'll.
Yes to both. Because somebody's going to dummy up and give them.
They got to get rid of Austin Reeves.
Well, you're at 10 right now.
He had 85 million.
You haven't played well, and you're in the 10th spot right now. The team behind you is Houston. Are you really afraid of Houston? Probably not.
If you play him at Houston,
well,
if you play him on the road, you got to play them dudes on the road.
Do you think you can catch the Utah Jazz? Yep. Am I worried about the Sacramento Kings? No. I think I can track them. Right? Everybody else ahead of that, you ain't gonna beat no way. But yeah, you'll get there.
There it is. Anyways, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back at the top of the hour. NFL playoffs, NFL coaching carousel, and then we're going to end it with the pregame for the Big Red Huskers out there in Piscataway against the Rutgers. What are they, the Scarlet Knights? Scarlet Knights. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Healing the heart takes heart. Our dedicated team of cardiac experts is here for you with breakthrough treatments for serious conditions and expert advice for living longer with a healthier heart. We bring healing care to our community with over 90 cardiology specialists and subspecialists and more than 50 locations across Nebraska, southwest Iowa, and northern Kansas. Find out how we heal hearts with heart, starting with yours at chihealth.com/heart.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. This week, there's a sale for ticket listeners only. If you say Go Big Red, you'll get all natural pork loin back ribs for just $1.99 per pound with a limit of 2 racks. That's at Fairway Meat Market for the ticket listener sale, now through January 21st in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
If you're looking for a pre-owned tractor to upgrade your operation, you'll find a wide selection at your local Landmark Implement. We'll work with you to find the right equipment for your needs at a price that's right for you, all backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network. During the month of January, choose from an 8-month interest waiver or a 3.9% fixed rate for up to 60 months on used 6, 7, 8, or 9 series tractors with approved credit. Visit landmarkimp.com to see our complete inventory or stop by your local Landmark location today and experience the Landmark difference.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solution. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197. Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Nutrition Authority invites you to try Anarchy, which is an exciting free workout for athletes and fitness enthusiasts who want the most out of their workout. Anarchy can only be found at Nutrition Authority. Remember, when you want results, the solution is simple. Nutrition Authority. Stop in, call, or check us out at mynutritionauthority.com.
I see the future in our public school classrooms every day. I'm Jenny Benson, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. I also see how critically important parent and community support is to our students' success. Support your public schools. Get involved. Form a business school partnership or become a school volunteer. Great schools and great communities work hand in hand.
sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back again at 5 o'clock hour. Old School, Jay Foreman, DP Austin on the ones and twos. We are brought to you by the Mercado, Certified Piedmontese, Special Ingredients and Butcher Shop, 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill. We are knee deep into this NFL playoffs and coaching carousel. Austin and DP. Who do you think is good? Who do you think is going to get or take the Seattle Seahawks job?
That to me is the question is, do you want a defensive coach? Do you want another Pete Carroll? Like that's the question.
Defensive minded
right?
coach, yeah.
Do you want a defensive guy?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's Seattle football. That's Seattle football. Seattle football has been, I'm going to lean on you, then I'm going to bust you up. You got to figure out what you're going to do. What's your personality? I think it's a coordinator, and I think it's a coordinator of one of the teams still playing.
Yeah.
Because if you're Buffalo, let's say Buffalo. Sorry, Jay.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have figured out what you're going to do there and you've kind of maxed out, because if you win it, this is your great exit. If you lose, it's the best opportunity. I look at Buffalo's coordinators. And I think because they're familiar with the weather type, the style of play, that's who I would look at, is the coordinators for Buffalo, either side of the ball.
I think Dan Quinn's the easy answer. I don't know how sold I am on him if I'm Seattle, especially if he was so distracted with our interview that he couldn't put together a half decent defensive game plan.
Yeah, that wasn't the lasting impression that I want to sit back and pop bottles and say we're going to hire him in a week.
How about Bobby Slowick?
I like that. Is that your pick?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
That wasn't very. Come on, Austin. Dang. Is it Bobby Slowick?
Yeah.
All right. I am going to go with. I think Pete or Mike Vrabel is going to end up there.
Okay.
I know yes, he's a defensive-minded coach. He has a past experience with Schneider. I think he doesn't bring quite as much as Pete Carroll, happy-go-lucky, type of thing. But I think that's also something that he can work with. I think he would do well with Geno Smith. I think he would do well with the defense. And I think he would work well with Pete Carroll, like being in the building, not be, put off by him or anything like that.
That was the part that confused me, because if you're going to make the change and keep Pete in the building, it has to be somebody that's Pete friendly.
Yeah.
And it has to be Pete co-signed, because otherwise you're just going to have friction.
Right.
It's just not going to work.
Yeah, because Pete going to be out there like, man, we ain't that bad.
So right. And hey, how about this? Hey guy, how about this here? How about we do this? How about I wouldn't want that if I'm coming in fresh. And Vrabel has enough
power or cachet
to look him in the eye and go, I'll take your advice, but I'll take it under consideration. But I'm gonna go in that direction.
If I was them, that's who I would take. The next job is Tennessee, which essentially
Vrabel. No,
it's yeah. Hey, we really didn't want to fire you, but welcome back. We love you.
Yeah. It'd be like The Help. With the little girls in the window.
Yeah,
Back,
exactly. Derrick Henry's gone. They have some cap space, so that's good. So I think, in my opinion, that they go with a coordinator. You know what I mean? First time head coach. And then also, somebody look not like a Belichick or a little bit older coach. I think they're going to match it up with. I got two choices, right?
Okay.
I think Slowick because he has past experience with Rand Carthon. And I think depending on how Detroit finishes, if Detroit wins this next game, I think it's Aaron Glenn.
You stole my pick.
Huh?
You stole my pick.
Aaron Glenn?
Yep.
Yeah. Who do you think, DP?
Steve Wilkes.
Yep. I got him somewhere else though. But go ahead.
Wilkes. Steve Wilkes in that space. Although I get where he's also 1A in Atlanta.
Yeah.
That's
where I had him going. So I won't even get to Atlanta. I mean, when I get to Atlanta,
I actually thought 2 weeks ago that Wilkes was the choice in Washington. Actually,
he'd be good anywhere.
I thought he was the guy.
For you people out there that don't know, Steve Wilkes is a phenomenal defensive coordinator, interim coach
right.
for the Panthers. Actually, he coached with Matt Rule, right? He's D coordinator.
Yep.
And he's the San Francisco 49ers defensive coordinator right now. Steve Wilkes came into national treasure. He became what's right below a national treasure? National
is a gem greater?
Yeah, he's a national gem. And here's why. There was a dust up on the sideline. Steve Wilkes was the interim head coach. Joe Daly was the wide receiver coach. And Anderson from the Panthers was giving Daly the business. Steve Wilkes came down there and looked at him, and only reason I just remember a couple times my dad looking at me like this, where they pull the glasses down and look at you like, Steve Wilkes didn't have glasses on, but he looked at Anderson like, boy, let me tell you something. I will put you on display with this old man strength right now, and looked at him like, you gone by the time, and traded him, had to be in flight. Because they went from, remember DP, they was the 3:00 game or 4:00 game out there against the Chargers.
Yep.
And by the time he landed, when you land in Carolina, it's like midnight, 1:00, and he was traded that next morning.
How
he
you
got
doing
traded.
nameplate me in flight? Like it means you plotting and calling people while we on the plane.
No, that was the GM. Oh yeah, we gotta get him about it. So, anyways, back on task. Who you guys got for that Tennessee job? I got Aaron Glenn, Slowick.
I said Glenn too.
Yeah, Glenn. Who you got, DP?
I'm going to stun you.
Ryan Day.
Belichick.
No,
I'm going to say that it's Eric Bieniemy.
I like that.
I think that move does things that sets all the other stuff in motion.
Does Bieniemy bring Derrick Henry back?
I think he pulls players that they couldn't get to Tennessee before. And he changes the personality and profile of the Tennessee Titans.
You don't think Derrick Henry stays, or the new coach hires him as a co-head coach?
I would 100% do it, but I don't know what Tennessee's doing because you had a coach.
You had to do new GM though.
Yeah,
and cash strap. Next one, Washington Commanders. Here's what I think is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm telling you, I think it's Bill Belichick.
Mm.
And I think he finds a way to create a path for Eric Bieniemy to be the kind of head coach in waiting, or what, you know how it is.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's I think I could see Bill Belichick doing it. I'm going to get here with the Commanders. I'm going to beat Don Shula's record because they have talent on the offensive side. They traded away everybody on defense, but Bill Belichick figures I can fix the defense. I think Kansas City's offense always gave him troubles. So who was the architect behind it? I mean, obviously Andy Reid. I think it's Bill Belichick.
Let me take you back to my childhood, a summer in 1968. And one of the greatest coaches in NFL history, after a successful career in Green Bay, decided that at a late age he was going to go to Washington.
Yes.
Vince Lombardi did it. The same could be said for George Allen, who left the Los Angeles Rams.
Right. Yeah.
The same can be said for Joe Gibbs when he came back because there was a thing that was in play. I think, there was a coach who actually got them in the playoffs, and they probably should have kept him, but that's a whole other thing, right? They lost to the Brad Johnson-led Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But that's the place. Yeah. You're an Annapolis kid. Your ability to get up and down the road and drive the hour and 5 minutes to Annapolis from D.C. and get on a boat and get away from the world, and you're never going to be the top story in town other than the day you sign and the day you leave because, I don't know, it's D.C. Like, they'll leave you alone. They understand respecting power. It's the only place that Belichick can go where he can fold into the fabric.
Yeah, and I think with this new ownership, even though he's used to owning hockey franchises, and then obviously with Magic Johnson, and I think with the two, Bob Myers and Rick Spielman coming, as advisory roles, I assume, and I'm sure Rick Spielman will end up staying on. Bob Myers will eventually get back to the NBA. I think Belichick gives them a ton of credibility. Some of the things that were going on, I mean, obviously, I'm assuming it's pretty much done now, but some of the things that were associated with, let's say, the Washington franchise for quite some time are gone now, like almost out of their history, right? And then because your history starts like now, like your new,
and he's a revised version of himself, right? That he's
well, here's the thing,
he's modernized himself.
But I don't mean to cut you off. Remember, he said right before they fired him in New England that he was willing and waiting and wanting to delegate some of the stuff. You know what I mean?
Well, he trusted people to do a job and they didn't do it.
Yeah.
And
but
then
he said, yeah.
I like the idea that the pull of Magic Johnson,
the Magic Man.
I just want the fireside chats with
the Magic Man,
with Magic Johnson and Bill Belichick.
Oh, we'd have to get some credentials for that. I got to run up on the Magic Man.
Yeah, that no, he'd run up on you. Jay Foreman.
Come on now, man.
He come up, hey Jay.
No, we vibing from here. I'm pointing at Magic. What's up, my dude?
He hit him with the no look. Jay Foreman. That's my dude, Jay. Yeah, I'm all for that. Give me more of that.
No, you
please.
just want to laugh at it.
Yeah, I'm all
uncomfortable
for that.
party at 8. All right, the next one, Austin, we'll have you start this one. I've already picked mine. I think Steve Wilkes will be there. Number one is because he's a phenomenal leader, but he knows the NFC South and has been very successful there. Who knows? But who are you picking for Atlanta?
So I'm down to 3 guys for them. Wilkes makes a lot of sense. Raheem Morris, another guy that knows the division.
And been there.
Yeah. But I think Raheem Morris ends up somewhere else. I'm going to go off the beaten path here. Mike McDonald, the D coordinator for the Ravens.
Ooh.
He's a name that I don't think has been talked about a whole lot this cycle, but the Ravens defense has been spectacular. Crazy. He's risen through the ranks, and that's a guy whose name I don't think has gotten thrown around as much in public, and I think he gets that job.
Ooh, I like that pick. I like that. Even though he used to coach in Michigan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who do you think, DP?
Down
there in hot Atlanta.
Well, this is the direction to go. Brian Flores.
That was my second. He's like Steve Wilkes number 2.
Yeah. It there's enough for him to change some of the BS that happens that keeps Atlanta from being a playoff team. And it's really that he'll connect. Atlanta, the city will love him.
Oh yeah.
And he's removed enough that he can stay true to whatever his vision is.
Yeah.
He's not going to get folded up into this, and he won't get caught up in all the nonsense.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great pick. He had a really great year. The best part about Brian Flores, remember when he was running down the sideline telling the Viking coach, "You ain't gonna call time."
What we doing? What we doing?
He said, you're supposed to call timeout right there.
What we doing?
They end up losing, and that was the game that kind of set forth them not making the playoffs. Los Angeles Chargers. I think it's Harbaugh.
Yeah.
What about you two? No, that's easy enough.
Yeah, I'm in that pool.
Oh, here's what's funny. It used to be the Raiders' job, used to be the worst job in the league. Now it's the Panthers because of the owner. Raiders for the same reason. Who are you guys picking for the Panthers?
This is where I've got Raheem Morris ending up.
Yeah, Raheem's getting one of these. I think he's 1B in Washington. And if that Belichick doesn't do that, he's the move there, which puts Frank Smith in this place. That there's enough people, football people, who like his ability to take borderline talent and get more out of it.
Yeah.
Right? That I can just squeeze more juice from the orange than anything else. Right? That I think that he will go into a place with a quarterback that has a strong actual arm that isn't injured.
Yeah.
and do some work. So yeah, that's where I kind of see him.
Yeah, I think Carolina Panthers, I think they're going to make a sneaky run at Bill Belichick. Like,
I thought Vrabel to Carolina
yeah,
would have been the one to do right now.
Like
right now.
I'm going
Carolina
to
would
rephrase
eat him
that.
up.
I think they're going to try to make a huge splash, like pay top dollars.
A huge splash like a Tepper's Cup on the Jaguars fan?
Right, yeah, but he didn't have any accuracy with that. Yeah. It really went too vertical.
Yeah. Trying to make it rain.
Yeah, and he was. I mean, a spoiled little brat. But I think with Carolina, I think they're gonna go. They're gonna try to get a name, right? So then you think Harbaugh, Belichick, Pete Carroll. That's the last one. I think they're gonna try to make a splash hire. But if they don't, I think they're gonna try to get Detroit Lions offensive coordinator, or like Raheem Morris or somebody like that. But I think they're going to try to get one of the big dogs, like just roll up on Harbaugh at Hy-Vee up there in Ann Arbor. Say, hey man, that low sodium turkey looks pretty good. Hey, you haven't seen you before. Listen, they're going to pay you 12.5. I'm paying you 15, but you have to leave right now. I think that he's going to try to do something like that there with Belichick, because I think like with him, I think he feels, Tepper, that if he pays so much that he will be obligated to get out of the way. I think with Frank Wright, I think that he kind of knew he can kind of obviously punk him and I'll fire you whenever. I think he had no intention to keep Frank Wright, and I think it was a kind of like a Houston thing, a holdover. He's going to try to get it right, and I think they've been talking about Detroit's offensive coordinator since like week 12 going to Carolina. The last is the Raiders. It's essentially hire Antonio Pierce or bust, but the bust might be Belichick or Harbaugh. I could see Harbaugh going there. I like Antonio
that job
Pierce.
is filled.
I hope so. I mean, I hope Antonio Pierce gets it. He's done a good job. But we'll see. What do you think, Austin?
They can't mess this up, right?
It's the Raiders.
It's the Raiders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They will mess this up.
Like I like my Raider fan friends. I just want to give them that Eddie Murphy boomerang hug. Where you just standing there next to Dave Allen Greer and you embarrassed for him, but you want them to know they're not alone. Yeah. Like, please just do the right thing.
I hope they do.
I think it's Antonio Pierce. If not, do they make the run at Bieniemy?
I wonder what's taking so long. Right? I mean, you've seen the dude coach, not ideal circumstances. You've seen his leadership skills.
I think he's a good dude at the end of the day, but I think he has a little bit of that edge that Raider fans would like.
Right. He's a Raider for real. Like that. And I think he's done a really good job working with that new GM. So it'll be interesting. That's it with the coaching carousel. We got another minute or two. DP,
sir.
Who's going to have, let's say, the upset victory out of the 4 games this weekend between Houston, Baltimore, KC, Buffalo, Green Bay, San Fran, Tampa, Detroit? Who's gonna be
Houston?
Who's gonna be
Houston?
That's
Houston. Listen.
Slew-footed. Hey.
Well. Here's what. There's so many reasons.
Slayer. Why?
Because Houston has nothing to lose, and Baltimore is carrying a chip from a piano, from a gorilla on their backs that they've been carrying for years. And the worst thing that you want to happen is to have what happened in Dallas to happen in Baltimore.
Yeah.
That young dude gets out there and is like, wait a minute, watch this. And if they score early, that Baltimore crowd will turn. It will turn on him. And I'm like, oh, and then to make Lamar the runner, which is how to do it, bad things happen. So if anybody gets got, because everything else I think is still even enough that not really an upset, but Texans beating Baltimore would be a thing.
Especially because of the number 1 seed.
Yeah, it's a thing.
So, yeah, that'd be, or then the second one would probably be Green Bay. But I don't think Green Bay physically can match up with the Green Bay has got destroyed by San Francisco every single time.
I don't.
They have gotten physically beaten, and that's a long flight to go out there and get your butt kicked.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much history tied to those.
There's a lot of guys
playing each other. What would stun me is if the Bucs beat Detroit. That would I don't understand.
That would be the stunner.
I don't understand how they're there. I don't get it.
Neither does anyone else.
I don't get it.
I think that would be the upset. I think Houston, you could sell.
Like,
you got a hot quarterback. They're playing good, right? You could see it. Tampa scored 9 points against Carolina in a must-win game. Like, it's a have-to-have-it game. We have got to have it.
They scored 9 points.
And it was 6 points to the very end to where Carolina had to score twice. That would be the upset of the weekend. Tampa going to Detroit. After Detroit.
Well, but it's still Detroit. Like, we haven't married
but
the
it's still Tampa.
But Tampa's been there and done it. Detroit don't even know how to play in late January. Like, they don't even know.
But they beat one of the hottest teams last week.
They did what they were supposed to. They did what they were supposed to. Look, you're the one. You're the top seed. You were the higher seed. You were supposed to win. Listen, come on. You at home, you're supposed to win. I don't understand what is happening. I still don't know what happened with the Eagles. There's no logic for me to figure out what that team is, other than maybe the NFC East was horrible and we just didn't accept it. But okay, fine. Are we that devaluing Trey Palmer and Evans? Are they that good of a
They got 5 receivers.
Right.
If Trey Palmer is your number 5 and he can, and listen, me saying that about Trey Palmer is not any hate.
Okay.
Trey Palmer, I don't care if they're mad or not. I mean, one dude got mad because I was talking about what's the dude, Jeff Hornacek.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I could put in work on Jeff Hornacek. I mean, that's all there is to it.
Right.
But it's not hate on Trey Palmer. But what I'm saying is, for Trey Palmer to really, he's not a big run after he's not a Debo Samuel. For him to catch the ball and run through 4 guys, this is a Super Bowl led team, right? But Trey Palmer's been balling all year, right? As he should. He obviously should have been picked a lot higher than a 7th round draft choice. So Tampa has 5 legit receivers that can play pitch and catch. That's how you get Baker Mayfield playing. And then you're playing against a defense like Philly that looks uninterested in tackling anybody.
Yeah, I want to understand
Philly.
What Philly? I've wrapped up. Like, I wrapped up. Okay, you're
trying to figure out Tampa.
What is it?
But here's what Tampa is, though.
What is?
Here's what it is. You finally getting Devin White for whatever he was going through, and I know his dad passed away, and I know he wanted a new contract. Then he said, "You know what? I'm going to go play." He looks like he's motivated to try to get another contract. You're getting out of him, and then their draft picks are playing really, really well, though. They're the guys that they drafted, right?
True.
So when you hit on those draft choices over the last couple of years, and Levante David is playing just as good as he did 3 or 4 years ago, and then you got Antoine Winfield Jr. and Davis is after he got smoked, during earlier in the year, he's playing good. You're giving your quarterback a ton of chances.
Are we devaluing Baker Mayfield? Like, who is Baker?
I think he's better than
who is Baker Mayfield? Like, give me a comp
I think here's who I think, Bubba. Here you about to.
Okay. I
Here
know,
do I,
I know
before
where
we
you're
go
going.
to break, here we
I
go.
know where you're going.
Here's who Baker Mayfield is.
Yeah.
And the only reason he was actually, how I talk about Louis Lips.
Yep.
That always he was always in tops.
Yeah, he's
cards.
always six. He's always six.
But Louis Lips, you'd get his card in every single time you buy football cards.
Yeah.
The other guy will be Bubby Brister.
Bubby Brister.
So Bubby Brister is this guy, and he actually wore number 6.
Yeah.
Who
that was what I said. He's always 6.
He went to when he was at Pittsburgh. He'd always get him to the playoffs. They'd end up losing to whoever.
Yep.
And Greg Lloyd to get mad at him. Then he went to Philly, took them to play. Everywhere he went, he won.
No, he's Bobby Hebert.
That's even better.
He's Bobby Hebert.
That's it.
That's
it. You know what?
Bobby Hebert.
Yeah, that's exactly
Bobby
what it is.
Hebert.
Just not as big. So that's who he is. He's a guy that'll get you there.
Yeah.
And I think people got thrown off by his swagger, but I think it's good. Hey, if there's ever a silver lining in getting cut and getting off the plane and starting for Sean McVay, that's the guy that Baker Mayfield got humbled and came back like a champion. So we're going to take a quick break, come back, and we are going to dive into this Husker game going out there Piscataway. Jay Foreman, DP Austin. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
If your home isn't delivering the year-round comfort you expect, call the experts at Bryant. Warm and cool, comfort and confidence. Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. Call 467-1111.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Introducing The Outlet by Sartor Heyman. The Outlet brings you luxurious Sartor Heyman quality jewelry at unbeatable prices. Shop our expansive inventory of overstocked merchandise and a vast estate collection that just hasn't found its home yet. This is your chance to own stunning designer jewelry at a fraction of the cost. Elevate your style at The Outlet by Sartor Heyman, where luxury and affordability meet. Downtown at 12th and O or online at sartorheyman.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, and we'd like to say thank you for a record-setting 2023. So let's start off 2024 with the bang. They've got huge trade-in bonuses and finance bonusing happening right now on our new inventory at Coppell. Get up to $8,500 off select new models at Coppell. So if you're shopping for a new GM product, go to our website at coppellcars.com. You won't believe the discounts. Make that short money-saving drive down 144th Street. You'll be glad you did. Must have trade and finance with roof credit. Stock number G2076684.
Acres, your premier John Deere dealer, has the largest selection of late model equipment in the Midwest. And for a limited time, Acres is offering low rate financing on all 2021 and 2022 S and X Series combines and 8 Series tractors. Qualified buyers can earn 3.9% financing for 60 months. And as an added bonus for your holiday season, if you purchase one of Acres' eligible machines before December 31st, you'll get a $5,000 gift card from Shields. Go to acres.com to learn more.
A lot of people in the summertime think, gee, I want to build a new home. By the time they go through the process of sitting down, getting the permits, and getting the home started, the home isn't done until January or February.
Bob Benish of Aspen Builders, and they've built neighborhoods in and around Lincoln for over 25 years.
I think the best time to start designing your new home is the month of January, because get an early start on it. Sit down, the snow's flying. Let's sit around the table. Let's drop some plans. Let's put numbers together. Let's get a budget put together. And let's get that thing started so that the home's done in summer or fall before school starts. So now is really the time to be contacting us to get an appointment to get the job done.
Make your dream a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your dream home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Ready to make this season unforgettable? Celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union's low-rate debt consolidation loan. Combine all those bills into one affordable monthly payment with quick access to funds. Imagine all the extra cash for holiday shopping sprees, festive parties, or that well-deserved vacation. Stop by any of their branches or visit libertyfirstcu.com to find out more about their low-rate debt consolidation loan. Make this holiday season one to remember and celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
If you want all the latest technologies from those big banks, but you also want that hometown feel when you walk in the front doors, choose Midwest Bank. They have top-notch technology. They make banking so easy, and they also have the friendliest staff who will take their time to get to know you and treat you like family. You get the best of both worlds when you choose Midwest Bank. I live on the go, and now I can bank on the go. With Midwest Bank, I have everything I need at my fingertips. I'm volleyball player Allie Batenhorst, and at Midwest Bank, you'll love banking here.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin, old school. Brought to you by the Mercado Certified Piedmontese Special Ingredients and Butcher Shop. Again, 1040 O Street, live in effect, hump day. Sleepy Wednesday. It's starting to get dark outside. And with that being said, the Huskers men are on the road. Women are at PBA at 7 p.m. The men are about to tip off here in about 23 minutes or so.
Yes, sir.
Against the University of Rutgers Scarlet Knights, trying to get a bounce back game after the not so good look of Iowa. And it could have been effort. I think it was energy, coming out of the gates was not knowing that Iowa was going to be charged up at home. You should have known better, but didn't. And so they have a chance to right the ship against a team like Rutgers. I always say if you play them on any day besides like a sleepy Tuesday midweek game, if you play them on a Saturday or something, you're fine. I think this is a game that's perfectly built for them. A little bit longer trip, hard to get to, and they're playing at home. 6 o'clock is an odd time to play. If I was a player, I'd probably rather be playing at 7:30. But anyways, what you're feeling going into this game, DP? What did Fred Hoiberg and company and Casey and Rink and all those guys have to face and change before they got on the plane probably yesterday to go out there to Jersey?
They could have put them in sumo uniforms and said, listen, this game will be decided by rebound. Physicality and rebounding.
So bring out the helmet and the football pads.
Like
right?
this is if they do the basic things, which is not giving Rutgers cheap repeated opportunities, then they'll do fine. They're going to shoot better, a higher percentage than Rutgers, right? Even in the Rutgers building, they should shoot a higher shooting percentage.
Right.
Now, it's a tough place to play. It's a cracker box. So we understand that folks are everything on top of, with a few nuts sprinkled in.
With no free Jersey Mikes. Either.
Right. Like that. Oh, what a great name. I still love the name of the place. But if Nebraska decides to be physical on the boards, it'll transfer over to them defensively. It'll transfer over to their aggression on offense. This is a back cut festival for Nebraska.
Meaning for Nebraska.
For Nebraska.
Yes.
Because when you get physical with Rutgers on one end, what they do is try to match that defensively, and then they make bad decisions.
Yep. Which has hurt them all year.
Yep. This is look, great bounce back opportunity for the Huskers basketball team. What you want from them is this is a Josiah Alec game. This is a rink Mastodon game. Like, we need the Mastodon to show up and be perfect.
Is that his real last name or something?
No, I just like somebody called him the Great Mast. I was like, no, he's a Mastodon.
I got you.
Like, he moves in that space. This is a K-State shooter's night. Rutgers' length may give him some trouble, but then this is the mid-range game. K-State pump fake, get into the mid-range, hit the running floater, get to the free throw line, cheap points along the way that'll rally in the end. So win the battle on the boards. Don't give Nebraska has to shoot 10 more free throws than Rutgers. That's how you know the game is going the way that it's supposed to.
Right.
If they're equal in free throws, it's gone horribly wrong, because it means that Rutgers is getting second opportunity, and then Nebraska's fouling them in a panic.
You're right.
That's what it means. Like, you watch Nebraska, you watch Rutgers. That's how they play. The advantage if you do the old Jimmy the Greek boxes where he'd match them all up.
Yeah.
If you said offense, defense, intangibles, coaching, bench, all of the checks line up with the Huskers tonight. That doesn't happen often in the Big Ten.
Sure. Yeah.
Especially at Rutgers.
Especially Rutgers. And Rutgers, they don't have their defensive stalwarts and the big man in the middle.
Right.
I think that one of the biggest things, Austin, I want to bring you in here, is that, DP mentioned getting to the free throw line. And when I coach, I call it secondary cuts. It's your secondary part of offense, right? You try to get open. They overplay you. I think Rutgers is the type of team. They're like one of those teams that, like, in like 4th, 5th, 6th grade, that like the press and they haven't changed. Well, then obviously if you have good guard play, you do well. I think one of the things that the biggest thing I want to see from Nebraska versus from Iowa to here is I want to see patience and presence, right? Match them physically, but don't go out of your way to do it. Be a man, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's number one. That's your presence. Patience is, don't take a shot that Rutgers wants you to shoot. Shoot the shots that you normally shoot, but shoot when you want to. You get what I mean? Like,
don't let their defensive reputation scare you from taking a good shot.
Just because you're like, say we get we're in a break, right? And I'm the point guard, and DP's kind of, I'm a little bit ahead of him and coming over half court. DP's coming. Austin's, kind of running to the corner or whatever, or DP's the rim runner, right? So they're going to stop the rim runner first, and I hit you with a long pass. Like, you don't have to shoot a corner three. We do have numbers by the letter of the law. Austin, you're open.
Mm-hmm.
And at times this year, you've hit that shot. But really, Gary and Rink have really worked their butt off on defense, and they're just getting in the half court. Let's kind of, get some gut punches going, work the offense, get one. Let's get in the paint. I call it Sherman Williams. Kill them in the paint. You'll get more kick out open threes. That's where K-State and everybody shoots a better percentage. Defensively, I want to see them match them with their presence and force, but then also be smart enough to know that Rutgers is not a good three-point shooting team. They are not. Now, make them make threes. I don't care if you're at home. I don't care if you're at the YMCA.
Feeling the groove.
The Rutgers. I don't care if we just got done eating the number 13 New Jersey or Jersey Mike sandwich, which is the Italian, which is one of my favorite. And we're a little
You're
sluggish.
awful familiar with that menu, Jay.
I love it. I'll tell you know what, before we go, I'm going to tell you this story about Jersey Mike's. Okay. We have got to be able to take our game on the road. Show some maturity. Right? Show some little get back. You know what I mean? You embarrassed yourself going up there being down to Iowa 15-16-2. I mean, come on, man. Yeah. You look like you were just like, Eastern Iowa University. What do you think, Austin?
Yeah,
I'm
going to tie in what you guys both said. I think Nebraska settled a lot against Iowa, right? They didn't shoot their season average of threes, obviously not their percentage from three, but they took easy shots so they can get it any time. When Nebraska has struggled in previous game scoring, they've done a good job of getting downhill, getting to the free throw line, even if they're not making shots from the floor. They didn't do that against Iowa, right? So I think not attacking one-on-one, right? Like, hey, it's my turn, I'm going to go. But you mentioned that secondary action, Jay. Get the matchup you want, make everyone rotate, get Rutgers that one step out of position, and then attack. That's how you draw fouls. It's not going one-on-one. Nebraska doesn't have a lot of shake and bake to get by guys. They need that motion to set up their drive. So do that. And then as much as it is about, winning rebounding, I'm going to start it on the defensive end. I thought the communication was terrible from everyone against Iowa. So many missed rotations, two guys going to one, not going to the other. Iowa is a good shooting team. Maybe not as good as they showed against Nebraska, but you gave them easy looks, right? Yeah. Rutgers will probably shoot better than 29% from three tonight, and I guarantee you they will if the defensive communication looks anything like it did against Iowa.
Yeah, man, it was tough to see. But I will tell you this: I hate to even say it. Josh Dix for Iowa is a family friend of mine. I'm friends with.
Not anymore. He's not.
Listen.
Not tonight.
No, he's
an Iowa kid.
He's an Iowa kid, and he hit up 21 points. He had 24, something like that. Then he backed up with 20. I'm happy for him because he had a little knee injury. I hate to see it against us. I texted him. I said, "Come on, man, can you just wait the next week?" He said, "Yeah." So, anyways, those are the keys to the game. We're gonna come back and send you guys off with my Jersey Mike story. I never. You know where at DP where I had my first Jersey Mikes? In Gastonia, North Carolina. No, it's the Gas House.
It's the
Austin.
No, you know what you call a person from Gastonia?
Gas hole. but we used to call it the Gas House. We're going to break. Come on.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's pro time, Nebraska. The Omaha Supernovas, your Major League Volleyball team, are about to hit the court. Mark your calendars for January 24th at 7 p.m. when we host the first ever Pro Volleyball Federation match against the Atlanta Vibe at the CHI Health Center. Witness world-class talent, including national champions and Olympians. Don't wait. Secure your single match tickets today at supernovas.com and become a part of history.
Ready to make this season unforgettable? Celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union's low-rate debt consolidation loan. Combine all those bills into one affordable monthly payment with quick access to funds. Imagine all the extra cash for holiday shopping sprees, festive parties, or that well-deserved vacation. Stop by any of their branches or visit libertyfirstcu.com to find out more about their low-rate debt consolidation loan. Make this holiday season one to remember and celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose.
Are you in the market for a new garage door or need to repair your old one? It's wintertime, and that means snow, wind, and freezing temperatures, all things that can cause sticky locks and damage to your garage door. If you're experiencing any issues with your commercial or residential garage door during the winter months, call Cameron Hall and his team at Doors Plus. Don't be trapped outside in the cold because of a poorly maintained garage door. Call Doors Plus today at 402-590-5800 or visit them online at doorsplusllc.com. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
A lot of people in the summertime think, gee, I want to build a new home. By the time they go through the process of sitting down, getting the permits, and getting the home started, the home isn't done until January or February.
Bob Benish of Aspen Builders, and they've built neighborhoods in and around Lincoln for over 25 years.
I think the best time to start designing your new home is the month of January, because get an early start on it. Sit down, the snow's flying. Let's sit around the table. Let's drop some plans. Let's put numbers together. Let's get a budget put together, and let's get that thing started so that the home's done in summer or fall before school starts. So now is really the time to be contacting us to get an appointment to get the job done.
Make your dream a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your dream home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
We wait all pro football season for the big game, but will you come out on top? Warhorse Festival of Games is putting you at the center of the action with 2 chances to win big. Earn entries for our $100,000 prop card challenge daily at Warhorse Casino Lincoln. Enjoy slots, sports wagering, and horse racing. Then make your picks about the big game to be eligible to win. Qualifying entries will also be put in the running for your share of the $20,000 grand prize drawing. Increase your luck for the drawing by playing free online games on the Festival of Games website. Skip the trip to Vegas and get in on the big game right here at Lincoln's favorite place to play. And if that's not enough, our $1 Million Bracket Challenge for college basketball is coming soon. Full details are online at warhorsecasino.com. Warhorse Casino Lincoln, just minutes from downtown at Highway 77 and West Denton Road. Why not today? Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Acres, your premier John Deere dealer, has the largest selection of late model equipment in the Midwest. And for a limited time, Acres is offering low rate financing on all 2021 and 2022 S and X Series combines and 8 Series tractors. Qualified buyers can earn 3.9% financing for 60 months. And as an added bonus for your holiday season, if you purchase one of Acres' eligible machines before December 31st, you'll get a $5,000 gift card from Shields. Go to acres.com to learn more.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? We're back. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin. I will tell you, man, Jersey Mike, I'll never forget. I was down there playing in, like, they had this like a group of guys that used to be professional athletes. So anywhere, I mean, Michael Jordan showed up once or a couple times, played a lot with Muggsy Bogues and those guys and Vernon Maxwell and, you know, some football players. So they're like, oh, we're going to go play out in this Saturday event. And they had a Friday event. So, you know, I had a little bit too much fun or whatever, right? Inebriated and
Mr. Friday Night Foreman.
Yes. And yeah. They had some moonshine. Them rednecks down there, boy, they could drink. So I was, you know, weak. You know, I was not in good shape. And it was hot. And I'll never forget it. I said, listen, man, I will not make it past hole 3 if I did not get something to eat. And he's like, we're going to go to the sandwich shop. It was Sean Bryson. So me and him played together in Buffalo. He played at University of Tennessee, one of my best friends. We stopped in Jersey Mike's, and he said it was a world record how fast I ate that number 13 because it was an Italian sandwich. He said, Jay, it had to be 45 seconds. And the other part was, I said, where are we? And he said, Gastonia, North Carolina. I said, Gastonia? So the guy that was at Jersey Mike's, so he's like, you never heard of Gastonia? He's like, this is the home of James Worthy. And I'm a huge James Worthy fan.
Right.
I was like, ain't no way in the world James Worthy is from Gastonia. And he is from Gastonia.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't bode well for James Worthy. And here's why, before we send you guys off. It was extremely high. Charlotte is humid, right? So it was like 90 degrees and I don't know, whatever, very high humidity. And so it was, we had former professional athletes and guys. It was a big group. We had the whole course. And we pull up there, and these guys were the hustlers and stuff. So they taking bets. They didn't even know who I was. They taking bets, right? Put in skins game, this, double skins, all types of stuff. My man had the wettest Jerry curl. Now, mind you, this was in 2008. Had the wettest Jerry curl I've ever seen in my life. So much juice in there. The bill of it, and never forget, he had a trucker hat on, like what we got. The bill of his hat was dripping with Jericho juice. I said, I don't know. I had no idea where I was at. But let me tell you something about my man. Willie Ray Robinson.
Of course he went by 3 names.
And
of course
listen,
he did in
he
Gastonia.
is a national double gym. Went out there and was golfing his ball. I was his partner, right? And he won me some money because I was not doing anything worth the plum nickel out there. Jericho juice and all. I should have just been there and say, hey, man, you let me wipe your belly of your hat.
No, he was, listen, when I went down there in 94, right? So the Panthers, this is year 1, they're in Clemson. And I was clean shaven. But they weren't used to seeing people, melanated folks on television. And I'm clean shaven. So they set up an event for us to be at an amusement park. And I told you guys off air some of the story. But the prior part was having black folks walk up and just stare at me. You talk funny, sir.
Oh, yeah, they definitely backwoods down there.
Like it was.
Oh, yeah, they backwoods down there in Gastonia.
In the gas house?
Where are you?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Yeah, no offense to if anybody listening to you guys from Gastonia, North Carolina.
They were incredibly welcoming and kind to me. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
Let's be clear. Like I said, as I told Jay in Austin, one of my finer evenings was 24 hours in Gastonia, North Carolina. But let me tell you, they looked at me like, what planet did you come from? You're not one of us. You're not from here. What's the deal? And you're right. The Jerry Curl juice, even in 2000.
Yeah.
2004.
Strong.
Right. Just
man. But the Jerry Curl juice was like Deion Sanders with 5 gallons of Jerry Curl juice in there. And my man was
early prime.
My man
was
golfing his ball though. Willie Ray Robinson.
Mm-hmm. And then took you out back, had a jug.
The first national.
Had a jug in the back. Had a jug in the back.
Hey, Austin, he went in the turn. He started off with a 6-pack. When he made the turn, got another 6-pack. The more beer he drank, the better he played. I'd never seen any. You know what? I gotta find that dude. If I find it, I'm posting
he's
it.
somewhere. He's somewhere.
Willie Ray Robinson. Anyways, thanks for listening. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin. Amon Green is next. Huskers are playing here in about 10 minutes. Ladies at 7. Support, listen. Thank you. We'll holler at you tomorrow.
We wait all pro football season for the big game. But will you come out on top? Warhorse Festival of Games is putting you at the center of the action with 2 chances to win big. Earn entries for our $100,000 prop card challenge daily at Warhorse Casino Lincoln. Enjoy slots, sports wagering, and horse racing. Then make your picks about the big game to be eligible to